I mean, look, I'm all for making sure our blimps are tethered or whatever. But man, oh man, the widespread mainstream media obsession over this, and it is a great story. It's a gripping story. But I always wondered if we could encapsulate our wasteful programs and fly them like an untethered blimp, maybe that would get the public's attention. Maybe that would get the mainstream media's attention, because that's what it takes to remind people about waste. What do you think?
Yeah, well, remember, Neil, it's not just 80 of those blimps. That's just the increase. It's still trillions of dollars of new spending.
Absolutely. And it doesn't appear addressed,
existing spending.
You're right, but it doesn't appear addressed in this latest deal, or maybe I'm missing something.
Well, no, look, this latest deal is terrible, and we're voting against it. Several of us just voted against the rule that would bring this bill to the floor. So, yeah, it's a bad deal. $1.5 trillion in new borrowing authority, $80 billion in new spending. And CBO, when it says it's offset, remember, this is the way Washington speaks. It's offset, but it's offset in years 8, 9, and 10. So it's the old spend the money now over the next 2 years. We'll pay for it in years 8, 9, and 10. Most families don't get to operate that way. And certainly the federal government shouldn't operate that way, particularly when you have now what's approaching $20 trillion national debt. So that's why this bill is a bad package, and why a number of us are going to be voting against it tomorrow.
All right, now, the Congressional Budget Office ruled on this and said that it does what it's supposed to do. I didn't understand what that meant, not that it was revenue neutral, but that it was offset the increased spending with other savings. But the savings, from what I understand, are in future years, which means there are future blimps of savings that they're envisioning that aren't there.
Yeah, exactly. And oh yeah, and remember, we just did this 2 years ago, where we increased the discretionary spending levels, but we said we're going to offset it with certain cuts in the future. And now we've already changed that and re-upped that. That's the problem, and that's what we were sent here to stop. Now look, going forward, this place has got to change. The leadership's got to change. We know it's going to change. We do believe that with Paul Ryan as Speaker, we have a much better chance of doing what we told the voters we're going to do.